we made it way too big for our first time. However, we figured if we can't go anywhere this holiday season or this winter, we may as well build the rink right beside our fire pit so we can go from the house to the fire pit and do some skating. So I think this will go a little bit better now that I got this big hose running in opposed to that little garden hose. I left that garden hose run all night from about 7 till 7 in the morning, and it didn't even do enough water in here to fill the whole bottom. So it does slope a little bit that way, so that end's probably 3-4 inches already thick of ice, and up here will probably only be, you know, maybe 1 by the time we're done. But we're gonna fill this right up and make a nice rink. So definitely looking a little bit better, but it's filling up way faster that I got the 1 inch going now. But holy moly, that I didn't realize how much water it would take to fill this big square up. But anyways, when it's all done, it'll be nice. So we'll leave it run for another, I don't know, it's minus 20, so it is gonna freeze up really nice. It did stop snowing, which is nice. So I'm assuming if it fills up another, you know, if it fills up another inch, it should make a pretty nice flat top. Good morning. It is Boxing Day. We had a very good Christmas. Despite all the rules and regulations and everything of 2020, it worked out pretty well for us anyways. So I think everybody got what they wanted. I think most people just wanted 2020 to come to an end, so was a good enough Christmas present for most people, the fact that we got a week left. Unfortunately, I'm not thinking 2021 is going to be a whole bunch different. Hopefully I'm wrong. It is Boxing Day. As always happens after Christmas with the kids there, you pretty much spend the next day setting up all the junk that they got, putting batteries and things, putting the last finishing touches on the other stuff, and then by the end of the day you throw it in the garbage because it's all junk made in China. So I'm going to fire up my Hotsy, and I'm going to stick the hose in this water tank, and I'm going to try to get this water up to whatever, warm. So I got the Hotsy stretched outside. I got the burner turned on to whatever 260 degrees or whatever it goes to, and then the hose coming out, run back into this tank. So the skating rink is coming along. Over in that corner, it's quite a bit higher. You can see there's not even water over there. So hopefully, by the time we get this flooded a few more times, it will be ready to go. So I gotta run up right now. I gotta check one thing there up by the cows, and then I'm going to grab the water trailer and I'm gonna flood this again. It's -9 now, so it's finally getting cold enough that you can actually flood the ice and be somewhat successful. All right, so that took about 25 minutes. Pump whatever that was, 800 gallons of water. So the important thing too, I'm finding out when you're doing these outdoor rinks, you gotta get warm water or slightly warm water, one of the two, because you're gonna end up with a lot of, unless you get the Zamboni type thing, you're going to end up with quite a bit of imperfections in the ice. So you need the warm water to melt it while it's freezing, or before it freezes, I guess. We'll melt it while it's freezing. It needs to melt that before it freezes. So every night I've been putting the tank in the shop, hooking up the hose. And then letting it fill. Basically, I put 200-300 gallons in there, and by morning it's 16 degrees, the water, because it's room temperature. There's a couple spots out there that are pretty rough. So what I did yesterday or the day before, I actually hooked it up to my hot seat, and I put my hot seat to what does it go to here? 250 degrees, and then I put about 500 gallons of like hot water in here, and then I went out and flooded it that way. That actually seemed to be the best. But we are getting, it's -10 now, so we are getting some pretty good cool weather where this is it's actually working to flood the rink. I've done it about 6 or 7 times already, just this way with the warm water, and it's working quite a bit better. So anyways, that's it for me tonight. I'm gonna go over and just check it out quick. I want to see how those lights are reflecting off of it now that there's no snow on it, and then we'll have a look at it in the morning. So I'd say that's looking pretty good. It definitely shines a lot better with no snow on it.